free. You are in the house of God. You are in the presence of your Maker. He will meet you. We are not guessing. The Lord is going to meet you in ways that you do not understand. In Jesus' name. This time I'd like to work with Lumi for evangelism, promotion, and mission promotion. Jesus. And Sunday of the month, we have our continue. There was a statement made by Reverend Nayo about yesterday, just to let us know about a pastor who cares for his flock and make sure at every point in time is there for them. When we left here yesterday morning, before we left, Daddy was here. And when we came back, we met him waiting for us here in the church. On in mind, the prayer that will now be going on to make sure that I've sent my people out, and whatever it is, whatever it will take for them to be brought back safely, that God will bring them back. And I want us to give the Lord a clap offering for that, to see a man who cares for his people and make sure that at every point in time he's there for them. I was so glad that I'm an amazing lover when we knew about that yesterday. Daddy, thank you so much, and to let you know we are very grateful. We thank God for 2023 and what the Lord is doing concerning our live stream as well as evangelism and mission. We said that that's the primary aim of Amazing Love Assembly, and since we started in 1986, we are putting all our energy into that to make sure that this gospel is preached so that people all over the world will hear the gospel and turn their life to Christ. And just like the way the Lord has been moving within us Sunday of this year to promote our evangelism and missions. And so to give us a rundown of what has been happening, I have it here. We have a broadcast on ABS, Oka, one slot in that place. This slot is being sponsored by the family of our brother, Chike Onoye, and we want to thank God for that. Like I told you, since we started about 6 or 7 years ago, this broadcast has not gone off air for one day, except the station has a technical problem. I want to thank God for that family, and we trust God to continue to provide for them to take care of that, our broadcast on ABS, Oka, in Jesus' name. Let's give the Lord a clap offering for what the Lord is using that family to do. And like we said, an average cost for the stations in all these stations is 1.5 million naira every year. That means that is the much the family has to cough out to make sure that the broadcast is going on. On BCA Umaye, we have 2 slots, Living Spring Time and EC Kendo. We have 2 families who are also in charge of that place. We have the family of our brother, Reverend Obinachi, will taking one of the slots. Let's give the Lord a clap offering for that also. This is we thank God for our stay in that station. We thank God for that for our mothers, and pray that God will continue to provide for them so that they will continue to sponsor this program in Jesus' name. Let's give the Lord a clap offering for our mothers too, and thank God for the way the Lord is using them. We're also on Dream FM here in Nenu, sponsored by the family of Rabbi Mobi's family, Reverend Victor Oluwapelumi's family, and our brother Henry Onwokolo's family. They are the ones in charge of that second slot on Dream FM, and we thank God for Lord using these families to do justice to these stations in Jesus' name. Let's give the Lord a clap offering for them as well. Like we said, we don't broadcast in any of these stations on credit. In fact, sometimes when you don't pay, they just cut you off front, most times half yearly or yearly, so that our broadcasts can be. And like we said, we made the pledges early this year, and Daddy had to go into other sources to raise money so that these stations can be paid. If not, we will not be off air by now. But we want to thank God for Daddy going ahead to do that. And that's why we have been appealing and imploring our members who have taken charge of this, who make commitment to these stations to please turn in their money so that we can put back. We thank God because our God has proven that He's not a debtor to anybody, and that as we walk in His vineyard, He also has a way of walking in our own vineyard, and we thank God for that in Jesus' name. As we are here today, we are live streaming our program, and that is what you do for every of our services. And that gives all our branches within the country to follow us. Our members that probably may not be able to come to within Enugu and may not be able to come for service for whatever reason, or our members outside Enugu and those outside the country, an opportunity to follow us and watch what is going on. And that has been made possible by a company called Livestream, a Vimeo Livestream. And each year we pay them, it was about $3,000 before. But when they merge with Vimeo, they bring down the price to $1,000. Took up this $1,000 for this year, and we give God all the glory for that in Jesus' name. Let's give the Lord a clap offering for that. We should remember that previous years, 2 years ago, it has been the daddy that is paying the $3,000. Last year, some of their brethren come forth and say, no, that shouldn't be the responsibility of that. They can't be preaching the word and also distributing the word at the same time. So they team up together, about 4 of them, and say, okay, let's take up last year. Also, do pledges to the live stream company. We also have internet service that we use to broadcast. And to be able to get stable internet, we have to subscribe to one of the companies that give us fiber optics internet service. And interestingly, it's just about 4 megabytes, which is quite low. But we have been managing that. And by the time you look at the cost of that and the cost of monitoring the whole thing comes to about $400.